State fans, I expect a little anger. After watching that bowl game, I expect a little anger. But do you know what's funny about it? You know, I'm going to reference this a few times today because I like to find kind of like tape watching exercises, different ways to get prepared for the show. For a week, I was at my parents' house, kids running around, right? Food, drink, games, all that kind of stuff. And that meant we had games on, right? My family is a sports family. We have all the bowl games on the television, all the NFL games, basketball, like we had them on the television, but you get caught in conversation, right? The kids start doing something cute. You want to jump in the pool, whatever. It was down in Florida. I'm not watching it like I normally do, notepad in front of me. So I came in today and I caught up on all the games I missed, rewatched, played them. So I had the pause, the fast forward, the rewind. This is the freshest my eyes have been in a very long time watching these teams, right? It's the, if you think like an artist, if you think you're done, put it away, go work on another project, take your mind off it, come back. If you still think it's done, right? You need those fresh eyes. I watched the NC State ECU bowl game, and I had to click through the billion clips of the fight. We'll talk about it. But I watched the Go Bowling Military Bowl. I actually found a lot of positives for NC State. C.J. Bailey looked good. Hollywood Smothers looked very good, the running back. Justin Jolie, the tight end, when given the opportunity to make plays, made plays. Tamarcus Cooley on defense, nose for the football, looked good. Noah Rogers, when given the opportunity, a highly recruited wide receiver out of the portal, made plays. Offensive line, pretty darn good, right? Opened up the holes for Smothers and protected C.J. Bailey for the most part. I thought Sean Brown on defense had a good day flying around making tackles. Right, so I actually made this list while I was looking at the game, rewatching it, fresh eyes, this morning, and all of those were on the positive side, kind of like a pros and cons, arrows up, arrows down. But the stuff I had on the bad side, the arrows down, the cons list, there was one football thing. I didn't think their pass rush was very good. Right, I did not think their pass rush was very good. That's something you can fix in the portal, you can fix in recruiting, you can fix with scheme. The other three things are terrifying. I have team down because they showed up flat. They weren't playing for each other. I have culture down. That comes from having fights 2 games in a row. That comes from a whole bunch of things you see in body language. And I had offensive play calling down, arrow down. Let's break down some of them. Pass rush, you heard me. That's you might not have the dudes, right? Davin Van not playing, you might not have the guys. Team. Defense made plays. Not on third down. ECU was 12 of 16 on third down. And one of those 3 that they didn't get on third, they went for it on fourth, converted. They were 14 of 16 when it comes to extending drives after being caught on a third down.
And Caden Hauser had 4 of those.
Caden Hauser, I have this one down here as well. To not have any sacks on Caden Hauser is a problem. He's not that mobile. He's, quite frankly, a solid but not spectacular college quarterback. Third downs, getting after the quarterback, that's want to stuff. Right? That's getting yourself hyped. That's finding a way to make a play and get off the field. That happens in every single football game. They didn't have it. Culture. You can't fight 2 games in a row. You can't. And I'm somebody, like I played sports. I understand the emotion. I can get too competitive. Trust me. Everyone in my family knows I can get too competitive. So when a team fights after a game, right? We had that week where everybody was planting flags and everybody was getting in fights. It was the state UNC fight. It was the Ohio State-Michigan fight. They were happening all over the country. I was very sympathetic. Not saying condoning it, but I get that you can get caught up in those emotions. You love your school. You work hard for it. You defend your turf. If they plant the flag, you want to do something about it. I get it. Can't happen 2 weeks in a row. Because after that happens the first time, the coach has to get together with the team and say, right, it's remember the Titans with Denzel.
Yep.
You got passion? Good. You're going to need it. You got aggression? That's even better. You're going to need it too. But, right, there has to be the but. You can't let your emotions get away with you. Any 5-year-old can throw a hissy fit. I forget the exact quote. Any 6-year-old can throw a hissy fit. You can't let it happen back-to-back games.
Now, I know there's some NC State fans listening to the program right now saying, but Tim, you got to acknowledge that it all started with an East Carolina player stealing the towel from an NC State player, and that was what ensued it. But here's the thing. 6 NC State players ejected, 2 East Carolinas. That's where I see the side of, I'm sorry, it's a bad look on NC State.
And now you have to go back to what the people I disagreed with said after all those fights during rivalry week, which is don't lose the game, right? If you don't want somebody to be a jerk, and let's quite frankly call it what it is, the ECU player grabbing the towel, it's a punk move. It's a loser move, right? You can talk your trash. You can celebrate with your team. You can do all of that. Grabbing someone else's towel, loser move. They don't do that if they're not winning the game. They don't do that if they didn't just embarrass you with a late game comeback. Show fight in the game. Don't show fight after the game. If you have enough energy to get out there and scrap, you didn't put enough energy into the game. Culture down. And then offensive play calling. Why the heck didn't Hollywood Smothers get the ball in the third quarter? 100 times. I mean, exaggerating, but a little bit. Why? The guy had it going. If I'm a play caller, and you'll see this with Kyle Shanahan, might be the best at it. Player has a hot hand. Let's see how long we can ride the streak. Let's design up 30 different ways to get him the ball. If somebody's feeling it like Hollywood Smothers was feeling it, keep giving him the ball. And then finish, right? This comes team, this comes culture, this comes play calling, this comes everything. Comes coaching, finish. You're down 20-7 at the end of the third. Storm back. Great fight. Take the lead 21-20. Double reverse pass to Smothers, touchdown to take the lead. 9 minutes and 30 seconds left. You pulled out all the tricks. The fake punt worked barely. The double reverse pass worked. You're filling yourself as a coach. Tamarcus Cooley interception, his second of the day, gives you the ball with, 2 minutes and 39 seconds left, ahead 21-20. That should be all she wrote. Tell the fat lady to start warming up her pipe. She's going to be singing soon. But it felt inevitable that ECU would win the game from there. There was the fumble that for whatever reason they decided wasn't a fumble that was returned for a touchdown. There was the momentum was gone. Even in a game where your young quarterback looked, I thought, pretty good, where your young running back looked like a stud, where some of your young, already committed to return weapons did what they were supposed to do. Playmakers on defense on first and second down did what they were supposed to do. The rest wasn't there. And you lose to ECU. Is it a rivalry? Is it not? I don't care. It's a group of 5 school. It's a school you're familiar with. It's a school you're going to open up the season with next year. If you're going to play in the bowl game, if you don't want to play, if you don't want it to count, if you want to sit around and say, well, we had some guys that opted out, don't play in the game. If you're going to go up there and play, go up there and play. Go in with a good plan, go in with a good execution, go in there with effort. And if not, I got nothing for you.